Okay, so I wanted to do a dedicated video today and just share what I would like to see on Mariah Carey's next album, whenever she chooses to release that. I thought this would be interesting to do. I feel like I've talked about this a little bit on YouTube, but maybe my thoughts have changed a little bit. So, what genre would I like to see Mariah Carey step in for this next album? I really want to see her do pop again. Think about songs like Heartbreaker, for example, Fantasy, stuff in that vein. I would really love her to collaborate with Max Martin. And yes, I technically know that she was on the Yes and remix and he produced that, but I mean a song that they wrote together and, she was involved in the production and stuff like that, build it up from the bottom to the top. That's what I would like to see. He's made a lot of great pop stuff and he even has some R&B sensibilities, if you just go look at the hits that he's written, his resume speaks for itself. So I would just really like her to get into that pop bag, maybe do a song or two with him. I would love to hear it. And I really wish they would have collaborated during Rainbow because I feel like that was the perfect time. And of course, I want some classic R&B that Mariah is always going to do, right? But I'm really wanting the pop Mariah. I really do. And pop Mariah, I feel like it's kind of underrated, like the Rainbow album is. And so, in terms of the collaborations that I would want to see on this album, I would love her to do something with SZA. I've said this before, but basically, I just feel like SZA is the best R&B girl right now. She has great vocal performances on her songs, and her songwriting on here is just spectacular. And if you look at songs like Good Days, for example, I feel like that's a really great example of what her pen can do. And so I just think them together, even just songwriting wise, I would really like to hear that. SZA's really popular right now. I want Mariah to have a smash hit, and I think that it makes a lot of sense for Mariah to do. And SZA's even posted Mariah on like her Instagram stories and stuff like that and talked positively about her. So I would think that that would make a great collaboration. My friends have suggested this one. Bruno Mars would be a nice collaboration. He has hit after hit after hit. Like I said, a lot of his songs get bigger than him and I get tired of it. But, I really like the Silk Sonic album for what it was worth. He's a really talented songwriter. And if she wants to do a male collab, then I'd definitely be down for Bruno Mars. And another collaboration that I wouldn't mind seeing is Megan Thee Stallion if she really wanted to go like the rapper route. I think that that would be something that would be interesting to listen to as well. So these are things that I would really like to hear. Some people want her to collaborate with The Weeknd. I mean, maybe. I feel like if she was going to collaborate with The Weeknd, I think 2020 would have been like the perfect time because that's when he had that After Hours album and, hits like that. And so, I mean, I would be okay with hearing it now. I don't think it'd be a horrible song, but I think I'd be more for Bruno Mars in terms of that. In terms of, legacy artists I want to see her collaborate with, as I said a billion times, I would love for her and Beyonce to do something together. Am I thinking that that's going to happen? Probably not. But I mean, hey, Beyonce just put Miley Cyrus on her album, and I never would have guessed that that would have happened. So you don't know, so I'm going to keep throwing it in the air. Of course, Janet Jackson, because I'm a huge Janet Jackson fan, so a collaboration with them would be a dream. And they were supposed to collaborate multiple times, and it just kept not happening. And then Jermaine Dupri said, oh, I just feel like I couldn't bring the best out of both of them in one track. And it's just like, why would you do that? Because if Mariah fully goes out with her vocal prowess, she's going to overpower Janet. So I think that there's a way that both of them could do a song together. Like, I could see Janet on a remix of Baby Doll back in 97. I could see Mariah on a remix of I Get Lonely. Like, they have songs that have similarities in vocal textures and tones. So I would be down for that. And then another legacy artist that I'd be really interested in hearing is Brandy. They had The Roof as well, so that's definitely something that I would be down to hear. And I think that they would have a great collaboration vocally, as you've already heard. Her and Kelly Clarkson doing a song together would be great. We know that she loves Mariah and she's only gotten better with age vocally. So I think them doing something together would be excellent. She's even mentioned that they talked about writing together or something like that. So I would really like them to put something together. I think that it would be great to hear. I wouldn't mind her doing an Ariana Grande collaboration again. I know that they just did the Yes and remix and everything, but it'd be really nice if they had like an original song that they both had songwriting input into, and a whole new thing. So I would really like them to do that. Probably another up-tempo. Some people want to hear a ballad from them, and I get it, but I really like an up-tempo for them. I really do. So that would be something I would be down to hear for sure. In terms of how many songs I would like to be on here, I'm going to say like 12 to 15. I feel like that is really the sweet spot, especially for listeners nowadays. In terms of producers I'd like her to work with, I'd like her to work with Blood Orange again. And I believe Blood Orange is also an artist to my understanding because, they did Giving Me Life and that was an incredible song. And that's the best song on Caution and a career highlight. So for them to do something together, I would be down. Jermaine can maybe do a song or two. He had a song on Caution, so I wouldn't really mind that. They've already made a lot of great stuff together. I really want her to work with D-Mile. I think that would be absolutely incredible. I don't think that she's worked with him before, and he was very involved in a Silk Sonic album, to my understanding. I think he has a lot of great stuff, so I think just musically, they would be really great together. I would love her to work with Ronnie Jerkins again. I think he did a song or two for her in the past. I think he did So Lonely, One and Only Part 2, and The Art of Letting Go. I think those are the ones that he did, if I remember correctly, so that would be good. Maybe a song from Timbaland. I wouldn't necessarily be opposed to that. I'd like her to work with Kid Harpoon and Tyler Johnson. They're the ones who work with Harry Styles, especially on that last album, and like I said, I want her to do more pop music, and they're great pop producers. So I think that that would kind of be a slam dunk just listening to it. So yeah, I think those are the main things that I would like to see Mariah Carey do on her next album. You know, we'll just have to wait and see when it is released and what she wants to do. I'm not opposed to her doing a house album, even tapping into disco. Maybe she wants to do something more alternative. She's very versatile, so I trust that whatever she wants to do, it's going to be good. She doesn't have a bad album, so I trust her to make a great body of work, as she's done time and time again, and we'll just see what happens there. But that's kind of my wish list if I had to kind of distill it down. But let me know what you guys think. Are you down for some of these collaborations that I mentioned? Who do you want to see her collaborate with that she hasn't worked with before? And anyone that you want to see her work with in terms of like songwriting and just what you want to see from her next album, leave that down below in the comments. But let's continue that conversation.